Hello everyone and welcome to episode 7. No, I'm not doing those by number. We're playing Star Wars episode 3 and there must have been 12 episodes before, so this is the 13th part of this Let's Play. But today we begin... Oh, hello, who are you? Oh, you can't switch to you. Today we begin Star Wars episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, in this a Let's Play of Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga. I am your host, I just can't talk. Hey, I'm Dexter. That's not his voice. But I'm your host, Jackson Tyler of abnormalmapping.com, and we're going to begin and take our way into Revenge of the Sith. Now, as ever, I've just watched Revenge of the Sith, so I've just come from that movie, and I'm recording this video now. It's the Mustafar location thing. Anyway, let's load that up. Hey. And we'll talk about it during this level. This level is going to be a short one. We're going to have a short first part of this. It is the only vehicle sequence in Episode 3 of Revenge of the Sith, so forgive me. But I'll just talk a little bit about my relationship to Star Wars at this point. Like, Revenge of the Sith was the movie that I watched when I was 11. It came out like at the peak of my maybe I care about Star Wars phase. Doctor Who had just come out, so I was getting way more into that, the reboot, and that was my thing. But I was into the Star Wars. I was playing the Star Wars games. I was excited for the movie. I saw the movie on the Saturday. It was all a big thing. And I remember at the time I loved it. I was like, that was amazing. They had the sword fighting, and then General Grievous did a thing, and Obi-Wan killed him, and they had a big space battle, and there were so many lightsaber fights, because I was that kid. I was totally that kid. This cutscene's pretty great. Well, okay. Oh, shit. This is really hard to control. This is really hard to concentrate and talk at the same time. But that was where I came into Star Wars at that point. I was totally that kid who wanted to just watch and love the Star Wars. I had, previous to seeing Revenge of the Sith, I had watched the Clone Wars cartoon, Genndy Tartakovsky, I think that's his name, the 2D cartoon in the style of Samurai Jack and what have you. Come on, come on, come on. No! No! Well, that's a shame. I messed that up. Anytime you want to... Fantastic. Just Wilhelm scream me to oblivion, why don't you? There we go. And I watched that cartoon, and I've rewatched that cartoon as well before beginning this episode of the Let's Play, and it's stunning how much better that cartoon is than the prequel movies that we have. Like, that cartoon is really good, for one thing. Like, it's great on its own terms or whatever, it's a great cartoon. But it just reveals all the flaws of the prequel movies in, like, really just this stark fashion. So, the story of the first volume is like... It's a series of fights, basically. There's no real story there. And yet, it manages to feature far more storytelling than the prequels have. In terms of how it gets you invested in these ridiculous little fights and these silly little conflicts, it is able to do it with like a look of a character or a certain shot. It understands the way that you're the ways to manipulate an audience in order to get the audience invested. I don't mean that in a gross, like, manipulative way. I just mean it understands how to tell a story in a way that the prequels definitely do not, because come on, come on, come on. Because so much happens in them, but you just don't care, and it's weird. I don't know why. I mean, I do it because they're bad at it, but like, there's a scene, there's a 4-second scene which I vined. There we go. from Clone Wars, which features Yoda's sitting on a stool as he goes, looks out of the window, and the Separatists are invading. This is the beginning of this scene here, and it manages to get you far more invested in that fight than shit, no, I needed that. Oh well. Than the entire 2 movies of setup, because it focuses on a character's wants and aligns you with them. Like, you see his face, you see that Yoda is worried about this, you see that this is a bad thing, and you see this massive invasion behind him, and in that image it conveys everything you need to know. There is an invasion, this person is sad about it, and you don't want the invasion to continue. I got shot. I guess I didn't realise that was going to happen. The prequels, they have the stuff that happens, but they forget the moments of human connection. They forget, like, a shot of someone's face to tell you why this is important. They forget to make things relatable. Like, when Anakin's mother dies, you don't care. Like, yes, it's Anakin's mother and you care about Anakin, I guess. You don't actually care about Anakin. Why do you care about Anakin? He's the lead character, but they don't give you a reason to care about him. We made it. Disappointed that I didn't get all the things. Yeah, thank you. But that cartoon is really, really good. I might talk about it a little bit more next time before I get into the movie. It has the second half of it, the volume 2, which is on the orange DVD, has one of my, like, probably my favourite hour of Star Wars to ever exist, with the name Star Wars on it. Yeah, it's got this really beautiful story of Anakin's descent to the dark side, which is the only time I've ever seen that done well, by the way. I'm told the CG cartoon does things well, but I haven't seen it. And the chase with General Grievous and Shark T, like, running away, and, like, the setup to this scene is really good. Yeah, God bricks. Mos Eisley Cantina, thank you. But I'll talk more about that next time and get into, like, discussing the opening act of Revenge of the Sith, because it's one of the most bewildering opening acts I've ever seen, ever. It's like, I feel like every film student should study it because it's so bizarre in the choices it makes. It's clearly a failure, but as a failure it's just ridiculous to watch. But thank you very much for watching this video. I'll be back tomorrow with more LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga. I've been Jackson Tyler, your host at abnormalmapping.com. Check out abnormalmapping.com if you want to see any cool things, but apart from that, that's it. That's the plug zone done. Thank you very much, goodbye and good day.